And the ACC is nowhere near what SEC is. But I also don't believe that Clemson is unbeatable in the ACC regular season. I think it's a program that knows how good it is, has a ton of talent, but did have massive defensive defections, and has a quarterback that was great, don't get me wrong, but it's not like Trevor Lawrence is immortal. I mean, he's only going to be a sophomore this year, and Clemson could easily be toppled by one of the games, like going to the Carrier Dome at Syracuse this year in the regular season, and take a loss and then have to be perfect the rest of the way. On top of this, if you have programs chasing Bama and Clemson's perfection, that's good. That's good in college football. And I'll also say this. It's the only problem with college football in terms of the dominance of Clemson and Alabama is that there's not a wider net for the college football playoff. If there was a 6-team playoff or an 8-team playoff, then it feels different if you've got two monster programs standing there at the end. Then at least you knew you had more chairs at the table, that you had more doors open for party crashers, and if Bama and Clemson were still there at the end, so be it. They would have beaten the teams to get there. The problem is because the party is so selective, because there are so few opportunities to get into the party, it does, I'm sure, make some fan bases believe, well, we don't stand a chance here. What are we playing for anyway? And I would say Clemson and Alabama's dominance actually helps us get inch closer to a wider college football playoff, because the reason the college football playoff exists now is that there was an exhaustion of the SEC dominance. And when Alabama and LSU played twice in a season, finally, everybody around the country said the power brokers that make things run in college football said, well, we can't just have an SEC party every year. We can't just have two SEC teams every single year. That's not fair. So we've got to have a playoff, because the BCS championship game can't just be a replay of an SEC game. I think this dominance of Clemson, Alabama is forcing the power brokers to inch closer to opening up the door to a 6-team playoff. Two teams would have a bye, hypothetically, or an 8-team playoff, because they don't want to just have Bama, Clemson at the end. So these are not bad things for college football. I don't buy into the idea that the Tigers and the Tides dominance is somehow bad for the sport.